Today, I'm going to talk about the Orchard component library, accessibility on easy mode. Once again, I'm Kat Marino, and I am the product manager for Orchard. I'm sure many of you remember this easy button from the early 2000s, and I wanted to set some context here because we are going to be hitting this today by the end of this presentation. All right, so today we're going to go over what is the Orchard design system, what is the component library and how is it different. Then we're going to build a website together. It'll be a walkthrough tutorial. And then we're going to look ahead at the Orchard roadmap. All right, so what is the Orchard design system? First of all, Orchard is award-winning. Orchard received the 2024 NASCIO State IT Recognition Award in the category of Information Communications Technology Innovation, beating out over 100 other state projects across the nation. Orchard also won the State Scoop 50 Award for IT innovation a couple months ago. So Orchard is Georgia's design system. A design system can be defined as a comprehensive framework that guides design and development, including style guides, principles, and documentation. Orchard ensures a consistent user experience across the 90+ websites and applications that are currently on the GovHub platform. Accessibility is a core tenet of Orchard, built into its foundation so that everybody can access state services. When you use Orchard, you don't have to worry about basic digital accessibility because it's already built in. Orchard also contains a component library. It's a collection of reusable components that can be used to build a variety of applications, showcasing all of your websites so they can have the same look and feel. Your applications can match your GovHub website if you have one. It's about creating that fluid experience for your constituents. So what is the Orchard component library and how is it different from the design system? So if a design system is a framework, a component library is a part of that framework. It's a collection of pre-designed and pre-coded UI elements like buttons, forms, navigation bars that are a part of the design system and follow its rules and guidelines. The Orchard component library is a free resource for everybody to use, and you can access it at orchard.georgia.gov. And in this image, you can see a little preview. This is the side panel with all the different parts. So the Orchard component library also has a set of guidelines or guardrails to manage your design at scale. It has best practices or suggestions or usage guidance on how to use the component and when it's better to use maybe a different component for usability reasons. These have all been researched for you already, so you don't have to do the hard work. In the image to the right, we also have a screenshot from the documentation of the footer component, explaining how to best organize your information and how screen readers will interact with it. The component library also provides layouts. You don't have to worry about tweaking how something will look on desktop versus mobile, or adding spacing or lining things up. It's all built in for you. The component library also has interactive components. These components are reusable and provide the foundation for your website. They are editable within Orchard, so you will have a live playground which you can test and customize your components with minimal effort or technical knowledge. You can see in our little rotating video here how you have your live preview. Orchard also has ready-to-use code. So when you're done customizing your component, there are code snippets that can be copied and pasted directly into your website. Simply click the Show Code button and then the Copy button. Once again, minimal technical knowledge is required to do this. Orchard also has a companion Figma library. Figma, if you didn't know, is a free web-based design tool used for sharing UI designs. It's a new industry standard for prototyping. This can be used to help create mock-ups or prototypes of your new application in the design phase. Designers can develop pixel-perfect mockups much faster with the Orchard in Figma at their fingertips. We published the Orchard Figma library to Figma's open source community, so you can search for it in Figma without a direct link. So when would be an appropriate time for you to use Orchard? You could use it for your applications that sit outside of your current GovHub sites. So you would want maybe the theming to match so that your customers trust you that they're still on your website. You want them to have as seamless an experience as possible. If you don't have GovHub or need the enterprise branding or maybe faster UI development, Orchard is also a good solution for you. When you have a website that just doesn't work on mobile, maybe you have a lot of horizontal scrolling, maybe it doesn't resize on phones, Orchard would be good for you there. Maybe you just want your email newsletter to match the scheme of your GovHub website. You can make a quick pit stop to Orchard and grab the hex codes. We also have a free photo library, and some agencies were really excited about that, so I thought I would drop that here. All right, let's build a website. You can follow along if you want to open your notepad on your computer. You can name the file something like test.html, and you can access Orchard at orchard.georgia.gov. Before we dive in, I want you to think for a minute about how you would normally build a website. You would start by writing your HTML code from scratch, looking something like that on the picture on the right over there. Then you'd have to start building your CSS, which is an art of its own. And then you would have to learn what the heck a flexbox is so you could position things correctly. Or maybe you hire a dev team if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But that's okay, I'm here to show you the alternative. All right, let's start with a quick little site tour. This screenshot here is what the Orchard website looks like. Let's first direct our attention to the left sidebar. At number 1, we have the How to Use Orchard page. This is a good place to start and where you can find the Orchard CSS styles. At number 2, you can find the Orchard color palettes, complete with the hex codes and color previews. At number 3, you can find the component section. All of the blue icons under this menu contain different components or the building blocks that will help you build your site. At number 4, on the right-hand side, you will see the Show Code button, which is at the bottom right of every component preview. This is how you can display the HTML code that you can copy into your own website. And lastly, at number 5, you'll find the control input. This is what you can type in to change the live preview above and how you'll see your component, how it will look before you paste the code. All right, so we'll start at the color palettes page. Orchard currently has 7 unique color palettes to choose from, which have already been vetted for accessibility and enterprise branding. Choose the palette that best represents your agency, and then you won't have to worry about failing contrast tests for those with low vision or color blindness. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going with the foundation color palette. That's our default. And then you can see on the right, we have different ones to choose from, like Stars and Stripes, State Park. Now we're going to head to the How to Use Orchard tab in the left-hand side menu and copy the styles that correlate to the color palette that we selected. So we did foundation, so that's the one that I'm going to copy here. You click copy in the bottom right-hand corner and paste them in between the head tags of your website. If you're following along in your notepad, you just have to make sure to write the head tags exactly as they look on this slide with the open head tag and the closing head tag and paste the styles in between them. All right, now we're going to grab the header component. Navigate to the header component in the left sidebar. The components are listed alphabetically. I customized this control to say Department of Cool Stuff because that's what we're doing today. When you're all done customizing, you can click the Show Code button in the bottom right-hand side of the preview. Then click the Copy Code button at the bottom right of the code window. Now we're going to start testing it out. we can use the page layout to build our website template. So scroll down on the left sidebar until you reach the layout section, and then click the full width option under page layouts. Now let's paste our code into the header control region, and you can magically see it generate at the top of the live preview. Before we move on, take note that the next section of our website template is called the one across, and we'll need to remember that on the next step. All right, now we're going to grab another component to drop into that section. Let's go grab a card component and customize it. Here, I was imagining that I worked at the Department of Revenue and I wanted to let people know some information about the tax deadline. For the card header, I wrote filing 2024 income tax, and for the body, I wrote deadline to file 2024 individual state income tax return is May 1st, 2025. And for the link, I put learn more about filing state taxes. All right, good. Now I'm done. I can copy the code again in the bottom right hand. Here's probably the trickiest part about all of this, so I would pay attention. We have our video here for you. It'll be rotating. Since our page layout has a one across section next, we can navigate to the section layouts this time. And underneath that menu in the sidebar, you can see the one across section there. Then you can paste your code directly into the only control that's there, and you can magically see it render again. Then we can click on the HTML tab in the middle of the screen, and then you can see the generated code. From here, you click the copy button in the bottom right hand of the screen. So hopefully with a couple loops, you guys got that. Now we can navigate back to the page layout. Paste the code that you just copied from the one across section into the first box on the main control region. It'll be 0 because that's usually the first number that is used in programming. And then you have the first start to your website. And here I will switch my tabs so you can see what it looked like when I was doing it with you. Let's see. There we go. That's what it would look like. And you can continue to fill in the rest of the sections, and that is how quickly you can make a website with Orchard. All right. One more. Cool. All right. Looking ahead at the Orchard roadmap. Looking ahead, one of the big projects that we're going to implement is an NPM package version of Orchard. NPM stands for Node Package Manager, but if you're a developer, you know what that means. Basically, it will just allow developers to easily install the Orchard component locally instead of copying code and pasting it in. It will already be in the project. And next is your choice. We need adopters of Orchard to tell us what they need from Orchard and what you would like it to do. We are a service that's here for you to make building websites easier and faster. And we can't do the implementation for you, but we were here to provide support and answer any questions you may have about this process. All right, so some key takeaways here. 1, Orchard will do the heavy lifting for you. It is pre-researched and built with accessibility and mobile friendliness in mind, and it will save you time and money. Which brings me to number 2. It is a simple and fast solution for accessibility. You saw how long the start of that website took, like 5 minutes? And number 3, it is a free resource for you to use. It is easy to sell free up the chain of command. And lastly, you drive the roadmap. You tell us what you need. All right, if you have any questions, you can take a picture of the QR code and send them to me for the end. And then you can also message our support desk, and any Orchard questions you have, just make sure you tag them as Orchard, and then they will get fielded to me. And everybody got pictures? All right. Thank you.